guys, it is time for another unboxing. I am unboxing the Nintendo Switch 2. Most of my fans that know me know that so now I can say I'm probably more of a PlayStation person. There was a time where I was a big Nintendo person, old school Nintendo, I am of age, and so I was playing ever since stuff like Atari. So I've had, basically, I want to say every Nintendo system, I think. My favorite has to be, I love them all, some. But the beginning generations, of course, Super Nintendo, but my favorite has to probably be the N64 because of just a bunch of games that you can't find now. Conker's Bad Fur Day and Diddy Kong Racing, Killer Instinct Gold, all those things. So many things that were just so fun, I kind of fell off of Nintendo maybe around the Wii U, a little bit with the Wii as well. And I don't know if that's just because, even though I'm a gamer, maybe some of those games started to seem less interesting to me, but also I was really heavily and still into PlayStation because I do love more realistic kind of gaming a lot, more graphical in that kind of way, which is why I have my PS5 Pro and stuff. But every now and then it's nice to go back and play some just fun, kiddie, cartoony, kind of games like Mario and stuff. So the Switch one I had. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I only used it when I was traveling and I was going to bookings and I was on an airplane. In general, I don't even like to play handheld games. I like it to be on a TV, which I know you can put on the TV, but the fact that I wasn't able to go on YouTube unless you have a capture card and stream what I was playing, that was a letdown for me. I'm hearing now that the Nintendo Switch 2, I can do that. I can just go on YouTube and get on easy. I guess people say that you could play online with people. I didn't think you could, but I know for sure you can with the Switch 2. So stuff like that is why what made me get the Switch 2, because I wasn't really that excited about it. Not gonna lie to y'all. But let's go ahead and try to get to opening this up and see what we have inside. So here we go.
Here we go!
This is the packaging. Right here, I do have the Mario bundle because it was cheaper that way. They always do that. It's cheaper, so I prefer to get physical stuff, but unfortunately this is the digital Mario one, but it's fine because I feel like Mario Kart is something that you're going to want to keep forever. So I don't have a plan on taking it to GameStop and trading it in. So it's fine. How I was able to get mine, I didn't pre-order when it was first announced. I was just as I said, I wasn't that excited about it. And my GameStop, they're kind of good with me. They let me know to come in this Wednesday before it was released to come and do a little pre-order. And I went there and they gave me, there was a little line. I think I was number 32. Got in there, did my little pre-order stuff, and then was told to come back midnight to do the release. Got there, long line, but luckily I already had my number 32. Waited in line for probably, I got there 11 something, so about an hour and some change and everything. And got in and got out. I was trying to trade in my actual Switch 1. Y'all, I haven't played it in so long that I literally forgot that it had certain parts. So I got there, I brought it there, it wasn't charged, which I think is so stupid that you can plug the Switch 1 up, but if it's not charged, it won't turn on, even though it's plugged up. I'm it makes no sense to me, so they couldn't check it. Also, I forgot the little joystick handheld thingamajigger. I forgot all about that. I didn't have an HDMI cord. I didn't have the wristband straps, so I couldn't do it, which would have saved me some more money, but it is what it is. I'll trade it in another time for some measly change and get a game. But yeah, this package, really small. It's so compared to me buying the PS5 Pro, whatever. The box is humongous. So this is just very light. I mean, it's kind of heavy, but very just petite. I don't even remember how the Switch 1 packaging was to compare it, but let's go ahead and see what we got. Yep, this is the old, this is the new. Let me try to put it on, actually. Okay. I was having a little issue there, but how do I take it off? Hold on. technology. You just can't, okay. So, on, there you go. The thing that I said I lost, or I didn't know, I forgot about it when I tried to trade in my, in my Switch 1. Let me make sure I don't lose this. These seem to, this is the old one, new one. Yeah, they're built different. Yeah, I guess this one is slightly bigger. Yeah. Yeah, everything pops in so easy, y'all. It really does. Like, everything pops in really easy. Yeah, this feels better, I feel like, as a controller. Like, it just feels better. And here's the chart, to plug it. The plug-in right here that comes separate, the cord, and then the box right here. And, of course, the dock. After that, your box is empty. Oh, right here, charging dock. Pull this apart, of course, and you plug in your, HDMI and your Ethernet cord, etc. Yeah, so yeah, you have your AC adapter, HDMI, and your LAN cable. That's the only 3 things on here. Side by side of the old dock and then the new. Yeah, I do like this more kind of roundish shape compared to the old. Just seems more, modern, more current, more futuristic. Let's see how easy it goes from here. Sometimes I felt like it was a little complicated putting the old one in here, but let's see. Because I guess in my mind, I'm wanting to hear a click. So I know it clicks there, but I'm assuming it's in there. It's on there. We'll find out. So I'm going to plug it up and try something. But yeah, pretty much, y'all, that's it. That's the console and what comes in the box. So those are my spec geeks and nerds on here. If you care about the specs and all that of the Nintendo Switch 2, it's a custom NVIDIA Ampere-based GPU, 256 gigabytes of UFS storage, 12 GB of LPDDR5X RAM, and 7.9-inch LCD display with 1080p resolution and 120 Hz refresh rate. Let me see the comparison of the old one. So yeah, the Nintendo Switch 1 was 6.2 inches compared to the 7.9 inches of the Nintendo 2 Switch. And the Nintendo Switch 1 only could do 1280 720 resolution, while this one can do 1080 or 4K. I wish it had VRR enabled for the Nintendo Switch 2 because my TV, I have an LG G4, and I would want it to use all the bells and whistles of the TV, but it doesn't, but it's fine. The Switch 2 also has an additional USB-C port compared to the original Switch 1. And if your TV has HDR, it does support the HDR10 as far as the Switch 2. And if you're somebody that likes to use yours portably compared to just on a TV, it says that this one will have about 2 to 6.5 hours. That's what it says. We'll have to, do some research on that, but that's what it says at the moment. And also, it comes, you can buy a Pro controller and other little things, gadgets. I was going to get the camera, but then I was like, wait, I want to get the Hori Piranha Plant camera, Nintendo Switch, and it's all sold out. You can put your face on the game. You're doing Mario Party and stuff like that, so that'll be kind of fun to do or try at least. But I don't think the camera has high quality. It's probably I think it's 720p. I'm like, okay. But yeah, literally the only game I have that maybe I can try is Mario Kart World. Nothing else. There was nothing else that I wanted. I'm not a huge Zelda fan. I know. The last Zelda game that I completed that I did enjoy was Zelda Ocarina of Time. Yeah, that long ago. I did try the one that came out for the Switch 1. I never did finish it. I didn't even finish Mario Odyssey, and I love Mario. But the last one that I finished, was it Sunshine? One of those, Galaxy? I know, and I hated Sunshine. I did. So yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hook up the Mario Kart World and see how it looks, y'all, and let y'all know. I'm like, maybe I should turn it on first, right? Before I put it to the TV. And when you do this, it's showing you it's a little image saying, hey, hook up your controller. I cut the ring light off so you can see this better for now. Oh, y'all seen it before I do. Can you hear that? I'm gonna do all my settings. Typical stuff. What country you're in. accepting all the things you have to. When these things ask you, do you accept or no? And if you say no, you can't use it. So it's like, what's the point of asking a yes or no when we have no choice? Next, let's connect to the internet, okay? It shows you can play the Nintendo Switch however you choose. Sitting, standing, or in the missionary. When you get this, you will have to update your system.
A few moments later.
It probably took about under a minute. If you have your old Switch and you want to transfer your data, you can do that. I think I'm fine for now, but I do want... Okay, so the game... Okay, this is going to be gay. Gay. Well, to me it's gay. I love Princess Peach game. That's the last Nintendo Switch game I actually played and beat. I love it, and I hope they have another one. So I may transfer that information over. And I did like Luigi's Mansion. Yo, so what's up, bros and broskis? I'm back, bro. So yeah, I'm in different attire because it was a mess trying to record. The camera's halfway down because I'm trying to show these, but trying to get the stuff to transfer over, because you have to, like, it makes you transfer your data over. It took forever. My old Switch would not find my Wi-Fi, and until I had to like put it on the dock, use the Ethernet cord, and then I was finally to actually update this, and then it found it, and then I was able to transfer. But it took me a day or so and a night. It was frustrating, really frustrating. So I hope y'all have a more smooth time out there. All right, I'm trying to look at the comparison of the screen. I had a friend that was saying that Nintendo has always gave this, like, well, for the Switch, this basic, like, white background. And it's true, like, you would have thought for the new Switch, they would have had, like, a more interesting background. Kind of like when, like, PlayStation comes out with a new system, they have a new background. I'm trying to turn the brightness up as much as I can to see a difference. I don't know if y'all can tell on YouTube the color difference or anything, but honestly, the brightness is the same on both, if you ask me. Maybe a little brighter on the Switch too, but like, I feel like it could be brighter, but it's bright enough. Oh, so I'm taking out the game card thing right here. This comes out really different, guys. It's like this little thingamajigger, you pull it back. Versus this one, yeah, it just up, down, down, up. So I put in Princess Peach just to see how it looks on the screen, and then I'll put in, like, Mario or whatever. The speakers are a little louder.
Showtime!
Oh, no capsons. This looks horrible. But then again, this is a game that's not, I guess, ported for the Switch. Like it's not remade for the Switch 2. It looks bad. You can't really make it out, guys, but it's very pixelated. So I'm curious to how this will play on the TV. I'll be right back. Well, guys, I'm trying to show y'all. I'm actually recording my TV, but this is Princess Peach, and it looks very, very just flat, pixelated. And if I had a capture card or something, I could show y'all how it would look with a better capture card, but I don't have one of those just yet. So just take my word for it that it doesn't. This game particularly does not look good on the Switch 2 at the moment. So, guys on YouTube, once again, I'm screen recording the TV. Honestly, at this moment, I really can't tell if anything looks much more HD or not. Or if it looks that much different from the old Switch. I don't know. I can't give you an honest opinion right now. Hey guys, so I'm doing this voiceover. I'm actually outside, so if you do hear some wind and stuff, that's why. Just kind of relaxing, but yeah, it's kind of hard doing this review because, it's still new. But I just want to be honest, this is just my honest first impressions and things with everything. I'm not that impressed, and that just could be because maybe I wasn't that impressed with the Switch one from the get-go. And I'm used to heavy duty, graphics on like, PlayStation or PC. But my friend though, like he feels like he sees a difference compared to like we're playing Mario Kart. He says it looks more HD, and I'm like, the more I'm looking at it, I guess it does. I'm just not blown away off of first impressions. Yes, the console feels premium, feels good, but genuinely at this moment, I almost wouldn't be mad if I return mine just for now. But I'm going to hold on to it. But what really is the downfall for me, and this could just be miscommunication from me not understanding what Nintendo was offering, but it did seem like this time around they would have in a built-in streaming system where I can just go on YouTube from the system and just, show my friends, so my fans who are watching me, my followers. And I really hate that I have to get another capture card or use the old one, and I just hate that, So that kind of was a letdown for me right there. Like, and even something that I find just dumb that I thought they would have changed for the Switch 2. You know how when you're trying to turn your system off, if you're playing it on your TV, whatever, and you press the power button, but it only allows you to go on rest mode, and you have to physically go and hold the power button. Same thing for the Switch 2. I was hoping they would have changed that. That should have been something that was offered, you would think. So that's a downfall as well for me. And I've seen some comments of people saying, this is giving more Switch Pro than it is giving Switch 2. And I have to say I agree. Because the same people that are, heckling over PS5 Pro and stuff and like, oh my God, what's the difference? I don't see anything. It's kind of the same way I feel about the Switch too. But maybe for the hardcore Switch fans, y'all might genuinely see a big, gigantic difference. And that's good, I'm not hating on it. I still love Nintendo as far as like what Nintendo games have offered me in the systems back in the day. I don't know what practices they're doing now. But yeah, but besides that, voice chat, I voice chat with my friend. The voice chat sounds fine, sounds good. I just have to play with it a little more and just take it from there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was insightful as I could make it. I'm not like some like geek tech guru, but I can give y'all how I just really feel genuinely about it, off of impressions. And until next time, everybody, stay beat, stay beautiful. Most importantly, stay blessed. And if y'all get y'all Nintendo Switch 2, let me know down below what y'all think about it. Thank y'all for watching.